Chad, a landlocked country in northern Central Africa. Chad, the name of an actor in the TV series One Tree Hill. Chad, the name that links Collingwood and West Coast forever. Well, sort of. Collingwood has had 3 Chads walk through its doors, 2 of whom were products of the West. Chad Rintoul arrived at Victoria Park after 2 years as an Eagle. His first had been under Mick Malthouse, who convinced Rintoul to join him at Magpie Land in 2001. He made a fine start to his time as a Magpie before injury cruelled him. Rintoul retired after suffering concussion during season 2002, which was ironically sustained against the Eagles. The other Chad, Chad Morrison, arrived at the end of 2004 and played 21 games in the black and white before retiring in 2006. Now based back in Perth, Morrison is working to raise awareness and support for mental health, depression and anxiety disorders. A Western Australian who found a home at Collingwood. It can only be Scott Cummings. A football journeyman, Cummings played 46 games for the Eagles, winning the Coleman Medal for his 95-goal season in 1999 and even kicking 7 goals against the Magpies at Victoria Park. But just 3 years later, he found himself under his old coach Mick Malthouse in the black and white. He started in style, kicking 5 goals on debut against Richmond, but he could manage only 4 more games, although he played what some called the best one-possession game of all time against Essendon on Anzac Day in 2002. It's been a long time since West Coast beat Collingwood at the MCG. In fact, it's been more than 20 years. When the Eagles last won, Paul Keating was Australia's Prime Minister, Brent Harvey was yet to be drafted, and Carlton was winning premierships.
Stand by your man!
Yes, it's some time ago now. In fact, the match was only Scott Burns' second at senior level. Incredibly, he still managed to poll 2 Brownlow votes in a 4-point loss. You don't see too many bags of goals being kicked these days, especially by small forwards. So it's no wonder that Brodie Holland will always fondly remember his day out against the Eagles in 2002. The former Docker kicked 8 of Collingwood's 17 goals to help propel his side to a 1-point win at the home of football. While most remember the day for Holland's individual brilliance, it was also notable for the debut of a man called Chris Judd. At the time, he was just an 18-year-old West Coast youngster. Few could have guessed that by the time he had retired, he would be a dual Brownlow medalist with 279 games to his name. We all love a great underdog victory. And while we all enjoyed Leicester City's EPL triumph earlier this year, what we really loved was Collingwood's win over West Coast in 2005. With the Eagles undefeated at the top of the ladder, the bottom-placed Magpies came from behind at quarter-time to pinch a 23-point victory. The win was the first in the careers of these 4 young Magpies. You might recognise the one second from the right. He had only just turned 18. His name? Travis Cloke.